Sup, YouTube? This is the part two of my mini series of what's going on with the fire. This is, I believe, his name is Dave Minor, something like that. But we're gonna see what's going on. I'm in Sacramento right now, so LA is about 7 hours from us, and we're about to see firsthand through his eyes what's really going on. And this is about 24 hours ago, so yeah, this is crazy. Here we go.
But before we even get there, over this ridge, the Pacific Palisades, entire communities wiped away, homes burned to the ground.
This is just a devastating view as we fly over Pacific Palisades. You can see down below just how quickly these fires spread.
CAL FIRE Deputy Incident Commander Justin McComb.
When you look at the scope of the devastation here, what kind of winds were you dealing with in those first 24 hours?
The winds that we saw were 70, 80 miles an hour along the Pacific Coast Highway, and that was what the environment the firefighters were dealing with. There was embers just flying across laterally. Very difficult to even do anything as far as perimeter control. They were putting the edges.
Remember, this is mainstream media. Just take everything with a grain of salt.
The fire out. It was mainly going house to house and protecting as many homes as you could, and the priority was for the life safety to try to get people out of the fire.
He tells me 3 days into this historic disaster, they are still fighting the fires here. We see bulldozers on this ridge trapping the fire.
You can see the flames burning over our shoulder here. This is now 3 days into this. Almost impossible to get to that.
And then we see it. Choppers in the air, crossing the canyon, dropping water, trying to protect the homes with flames moving in.
You can see the urgent effort here right now. This is Topeka Canyon. They're trying to save the homes in Fernwood. That helicopter just dropped water from the air. 3 days into this disaster, they are still fighting fires here, and they have a tool now at their disposal, which is water.
Man, shout out to the firefighters. I know people forget about that, but shout out to people who survived, who didn't lose their homes. Shout out to people who lost their homes. It's just a lot of work for everybody, man. California is just shouldn't have never been this bad with negligence. You're not gonna go on forever.
In the air.
There are so many fires still burning here, more than 72 hours now after the first fires began. Tonight, the Palisades fire, the Eaton fire, the Hearst fire, the Lydia fire, the Kenneth fire, and the newest fire to break out, the Archer fire, all still burning. Back on the ground tonight, the families returning home to see what, if anything, is left. The father who told me his wife, his 2 boys are safe, but they lost everything. And while we were in that neighborhood, we learned of another family nearby. They had not been back. One of the children, 21-year-old Jacob Brown, going back today, and he showed me what he found.
David, I'm sure you saw, the entire town is gone. Our lives, our homes, our friends, everyone has lost everything. I don't understand how you can attempt to rebuild an entire community without schools and roads and homes. It's devastation beyond the comprehensible.
Jacob's childhood home, now nothing but ashes. He rings the doorbell of a friend's home, haunting because it still rings, though behind it there is nothing left. The alarms still ringing here in what was once a church and a school.
There's still hot spots, active fire.
Just a few miles to the east, David Hansen is still waiting to get back in to see his mother's home.
LA Fire Department, total heroes, doing a great job.
David giving a thumbs up to the firefighters. His mother, a senior, capturing video from outside her home just 30 minutes after the fire broke out nearby. Her neighbors were trying to use water from their pool to protect their home. Tonight, across Los Angeles, at least 11 lives now lost. It's believed more than 12,000 structures, homes, and businesses damaged or destroyed. More than 55 square miles burned. More than 150,000 under evacuation orders. Since the first fires broke out Tuesday morning, around the densely populated 25-mile expanse north of downtown LA, tonight still no cause has been identified for any of the largest of these fires. Just north of the Palisades fire tonight, the Kenneth fire, erupting late yesterday afternoon near the Ventura County line. Firefighters battling the blaze from the ground, helicopters dropping water from above. A line of firefighters heading up the hill together, tackling yet another fire head on. The all-out assault continuing through the night. Headlamps helping crews navigate the terrain. Tonight, the before and after images from these fires, and they're staggering. This is a condo building on Sunset Boulevard in Pacific Palisades, and this is what's left of it. A Chevron gas station in Altadena before and now. And this cafe in Altadena, the sign once hanging out front, crashing to the ground. And tonight here, an eerie new look at the wildfires. A home security camera capturing the moments flames close in on Walter and Yalda Cease's Altadena home, embers flying through the air. The couple had evacuated, and now they're back.
It's overwhelming. I don't know how we're going to get through it, but we will. I know we will. It's just going to be a long process.
They and their 2 dogs are safe, but they have nothing. And like so many here, they tell us they will rebuild. While back in the air tonight, firefighters dropping water from above while they can, knowing dangerous winds are ahead.
When you think about these firefighters who really haven't had a break since this started, and to look at this forecast and see that these winds are coming yet again, what do you think?
It's tough, but you know, we've bolstered our assets. We've actually had not only some of the regional resources from Southern California, but we've got resources from Northern California. We've got resources from Nevada, Colorado on the way. So we've got resources coming in to back us up on this.
With these winds returning.
Correct.
So many of these firefighters have not had a break since this all started. And tonight, the desperate battle from the very start against the flames here. An army of firefighters right there in the front lines in harrowing conditions. Reports of hydrants without water or with little pressure. One reservoir offline for repairs. ABC's Matt Guppin tonight with firefighters at one fire station in Pacific Palisades that actually survived.
Tonight on the Palisades Fire, the back-breaking round-the-clock race to put out remaining hotspots like these still burning this morning.
We are still seeing homes burst into flames here days after the initial fire passed through. Fire crew just arrived here for the first time.
But swirling around them, controversy about whether Los Angeles officials failed to supply enough water and deploy enough firefighters.
This is Sunset Boulevard, the very heart of Pacific Palisades, and amidst this sea of absolute devastation, there was one building that was left standing. That's Fire Station 69.
Captain Jeff Brown has headed this station for nearly 8 years.
Lots of talk about the water running out, that you were fighting a fire without all the resources necessary.
As all these homes actually do burn down, and a lot of them have their own fire sprinkler systems, that those sprinkler systems become compromised as the house burns down and the water will free flow. And as we see our gauges go down lower and lower, we knew we were getting low on water.
And thousands of simultaneous leaks sapped the town's water supply. But that's not all. Tonight, ABC News has confirmed a nearby 117 million gallon reservoir that feeds Pacific Palisades has been taken offline for repairs well before the fires broke out. But that night, firefighters battling flames over 100 feet tall, which destroyed much of the town in a span of just 6 hours.
If you'd had all the resources and all the water, would it have made a difference here?
I've been on the job for 36 years, and I've never seen weather like that. It was a hurricane force wind with fire involved. It was indescribable.
David, the LAPD tells me they expect to find additional bodies in the debris here, which is prompting a swirl of controversy about whether lives could have been saved. And it's one reason that Governor Gavin Newsom is demanding.
Thanks for watching, you guys. We're going to do part 3 on the next series. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this on social media platform. My name is Kale Sounds. Thanks for watching. See you part 3. Peace.
An independent investigation into those water issues, calling it deeply disturbing. David.